Hey everyone, welcome to the Front Row with Ed. Today we're going to talk about posture. As a physical therapist, I get a lot of people that come to see me and they want to improve their posture. And the first thing I tell them that exercise alone will not fix your posture. Second thing I tell them is I'm not so much interested in static standing posture as I am in postural strain. Let me explain that to you. In physical therapy school, we did a ton of stuff on static postural evaluations. Now you have to understand, I graduated from PT school like 20 some years ago, 23 years ago. So we had this big postural unit where we would stand there and we'd take our shirts off and we'd look from the side and we'd check to see if they had a forward head, check to see if they had rounded shoulders, maybe go from behind, see if their shoulders are level or unlevel. Look at them from the front, and then we'd write up these great long exercise programs to try to correct all these postural faults. When in reality, in clinical practice and out in the real world, most of that stuff has very little to do, and I'll tell you why. How many times do we just stand there like statues in static posture? No, we're dynamic, we're moving, we're playing sports, we're weight training, we're lifting weights, we're playing basketball, we're doing all sorts of things, right? So static evaluation, so if you're hung up on static postural evaluations, kind of get over yourself. It makes the clinician feel good about, I'm going to fix this and I'm going to fix that. But in reality, in my opinion, from clinical practice, it doesn't make a big difference. I'm more interested in postural strain. So I could have someone walk into my office and so they may have great standing posture, right? You look at them and they're lined up, earlobe is over their shoulder, everything looks good, and they could go to work and they could bang on their computer all day long with a kyphotic posture, forward head, which puts a ton of postural strain through the nervous system, cranial base gets locked up. Those things are much more important than static standing posture. Posture is one of those things that's so closely tied into your emotions, right? No one ever looks at your ankle or something or looks at your wrist and goes, oh, look at your wrist, it looks like you're having a bad day. No, but they look at your shoulders, right? I'm just stressed out, I just don't know what to do. Yeah, slouch shoulders. Everyone can tell you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. If you don't get a handle on your emotional state, your posture will never improve. And the reason is because posture is too closely linked into our emotional state. Let's assume you've got the emotional stuff under control and you're actually ready to make a difference. A couple things that happens, if I'm in this forward posture for long enough, okay, I'm in the forward posture for long enough, but I'm trying to work on it here. What happens is pectoralis muscles, anterior chest muscles get short and tight. What happens too is posteriorly, muscles along the scapula have what's known as stretch weakness. So the first thing you have to do is open up that chest a little bit. So let's talk about a couple different ways we can open up the chest. Easiest way to do it first is come to a door frame. Initially, I want your elbows above your shoulder. You can bring one foot forward if you want to for a little bit of balance, and you're going to lean in until you get a nice comfortable stretch. Hopefully you're not getting joint pain. If you're getting joint pain, this is not a great exercise for you to do. Make sure you keep your shoulders relaxed. Bring your elbows down. Stretch the pecs out in this position here, and then your elbows down a little bit lower. If you get pain in any of these directions, it's not a good exercise for you. But if not, hopefully you can find a position that gives you primarily a stretch. And then once you're there, breathe into it and really try to open up through that chest. Once you find a good stretch, you want to hold it for about 20 seconds, breathing nice and easy. With every breath, try to take up the slack a little bit more. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I love the foam roller. Land the foam roller here. Make sure your chin's not pointing up. Get a little traction through there. I want you to take your belly button, drive it down towards the back of your spine into the roller to protect the back. Your hands are here. Take a big breath in and reach. And as you exhale, you're going to let your arms kind of drop out a little bit and hopefully get a nice stretch across the front of the chest a little bit. You can move the position of your elbows. That'll change the angle of the stretch. The idea is to be in this position here. Once you get here, relax, breathe, let your elbows drop down to the floor, anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. So now we've worked on opening up the chest a little bit and stretching out the pectoralis muscle. Now what we want to do is we want to try to keep that scapula in the back pocket. I'll put a link at the end of this video because it's super important to keep your scapula in the back pocket. So what I'm doing with that is it's back and down. What I want to do is strengthen up those postural muscles. So this is just some Theraband here. Don't worry about how much tension you have on it initially, okay? But what I want you to do is scapula in the back pocket, okay? Arms are out here, slightly rotate out, okay? Slightly rotate out, bring the band all the way to the chest, back to neutral. Scapula in the back pocket the whole time, bring it to your chest, back to neutral. This is what it looks like from the side. Scapula in the back pocket, band towards your chest. Another postural video that I love are the wall angels, and there'll be a link at the end of this video to the wall angels. Make sure you check that out. In summary, there's a lot of things that go into improving your posture. Don't get so hung up on static posture, but instead try to reduce your postural strain. All sorts of stuff on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you found the video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and good luck.